Hey, Kenny. Chris Cartman, Son of a Source. My question is about your coaching continuity. You've had a tremendous amount of coaches stay within your program. That's something that's caused prior ASU staff's challenges, including a staff that you were on under Todd Graham. So what does that enable you personally and the team?
Yeah, I think it makes you more efficient. I think anytime that you can have consistency on your staff, a lot of the things that you would spend time on, you don't have to spend time on, which allows you to give more time off to your staff, which makes them want to stay more. And then the more time off you give them, the more they want to stay, but then the more continuity you have. So I think it's a what came first, the chicken or the egg scenario in terms of that really just provides a lot of time-saving scenarios, and we can all get on the same page. We all know how we think, we know how we work together, and I think it's a huge advantage for us. It allows us to see our families, to get away from the game, and also get the same amount of work done, if not more, than other places with extreme turnover.
Again, if you have a question, please raise your hand and keep it raised until we can get someone to you. We'll go to the center left, third row.
Yeah, Kenny, Barry Trammell with the Tulsa World. You guys got so close to winning in the 24 playoff. Tech had a good seed last year. How important is it for somebody to break through and start winning once you get in the playoff? Important for the league.
Yeah, winning is always important. So, yeah, we want to win as many games as we can in the regular season, as many games as we can in the postseason. I mean, obviously, winning, it's the nature of the sport. We got to win.
Okay, we'll go center right, fourth row.
How you doing, Kenny? Hod Robino, Devil's Digest. Chemistry and cohesion, some will say, are the biggest cliches in sports, but do you feel that the culture that you established at Arizona State has really helped those elements become from cliches to actually building, especially with so many new here?
100%. I think the Leadership Council here has done a great job, along with a lot of other guys who got votes, establishing a culture, establishing a work ethic, establishing those things that do breed success. I mean, when you talk about culture, you can put it on a wall or you can live it. I think a lot of the guys, how we've recruited guys, the guys that we've brought in, they're very like-minded. And when you recruit like-minded people, they get along. Those people get along. They want to be around each other, create an environment to have them work. And I think these guys on this council, these guys on this team, I think they love the process, they love the work, and they believe in what we're doing. And I think they've really brought in the rest of the team. And like I said, there's a bunch of leaders on this team that aren't here who have done the same thing. So I do believe in that culture and that has been established.
Okay, again, if you have a question, please raise your hand, state your name and affiliation. We'll go to the back.
Who are you looking forward to losing to in the new NCAA game?
I think the last time I played a player on our team nicknamed Sip, I think I beat him by like 40 pre-game on a Friday night. We ended up to win that game later, but so it would not be Sip. It would have to be somebody else on our team. So I don't know who that would be.
Okay, we go to the left side, left center, fourth row.
Hey, Coach. Jordan Edmondson, Sickos Humidity. So my question for you is, when someone watches Arizona State football this fall, what's one characteristic you hope they immediately associate with the team?
Tough. Watch us. We're physical. We respond to adversity, physically and mentally tough. Bad things happen, we respond. We don't get too high, we don't get too low, and we're a physical football team, so tough. That's the number one thing. I mean, other than the little thing, owning the ball and all that stuff that everybody has to do to win, but tough. When you turn on our tape, I want our football team to be a team that you can feel the physicality and you can see us respond.
Okay, we'll go to left center.
Coach Andrew Chirko, Knights 24/7. ASU has produced a multitude of draft picks since you've taken them over. What are some of those names that we can look for this fall that can generate some noise?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of names. I mean, for me to go through and try, we'll be here for a while. But I think there's a lot of names of guys that have an opportunity to get drafted this year. And in future years within the program, I think that's something that we've established, is that we can put guys in the NFL, that we can develop a team and a culture and an environment to maximize players. And I think this last season, having those 4 guys drafted and guys that weren't really ranked super high in their high school recruiting rankings, were kind of under the radar, and then have the success they had and get drafted where they were. I think that's only the beginning for our program to prove that we can help you get to where you want to go. And then the guys that don't make the NFL, how can we help you in life, which is the more challenging prospect.
Left center, 6th row.
Michelle Gardner, Arizona Republic. Can you talk about the schedule your team is playing, and in particular the London game, and how that is going to change everything you do on a weekly?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a challenge. I mean, I told our team the biggest challenge is us this year in managing the schedule, going on the road at A&M and then going straight from A&M straight to London week 3. Like, that's a challenge of its own. And I want to do the London game because at the end of the day, college football is still about these players. It's still about 18 to 22-year-olds and their experience, in college and the memories they make, hopefully good memories. But it's about those memories, and sending 105 college kids to London to experience something they may never experience again is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And even though it makes our schedule more challenging, everything's challenging in its own light, and we're going to have we created a challenge for ourselves. But if we go take care of business, play the game we want to play, prepare how we want to prepare, it could also bring us together, and we could turn it into a positive. That does create challenges in the schedule. Puts our bye week 3, and then us having 9 straight games is another challenge of keeping our bodies healthy. So this is a great challenge for our team to be able to play a difficult schedule, not just versus teams, but logistically, and find a way to navigate through it. And that's the maturity that I think this team has.
Center right, 4th row.
Dan Tortora, Wake Up Call, DTT.com. Coach, looking at the elite wide receivers that you brought in via the transfer portal, just what you can say about that room, how it's growing, and what we can expect this season from them.
Yeah, I expect that room to be dynamic. I expect that room to, force people to lean safeties in the run game, in the pass game, to change coverage. That's what I expect. I expect some of those guys to force a team to play them with more than one person. And in a game that's turning into a league filled with, 4-match, which fits almost like 2-man, and 3-match, in a game that's turning into a lot of match coverage, you have to have guys who can truly win on the perimeter and give yourself throws. And if you can do that, you can change, the math equation. So we're looking for those guys to change the math in the box, so guys like Kyson can run the rock.
Far left side, 4th row.
Candace Sports. Hi, Coach. How are you doing?
Doing great. How are you?
Great. After reaching the college football playoffs in 2024, the team took a bit of a step back last season. How has the heavy use of the transfer portal, how is that going to benefit you this season as a team, you hope?
Yeah, I think we, after the 2014 season was a great run for our guys. No expectations, just work, one day at a time, just the work. I think we brought in guys in the portal that have a similar mindset to what we want our team to be, and that's process-driven, not results-driven. And I think if you can stay true to that mindset of process-driven and focus on what you can control every single day, and you can do it in an environment where you like to be in and you enjoy being there, I think it only multiplies the process-driven culture. And I think we brought those guys in, and we're expecting them to make a big impact.
Time for a couple more questions. We'll go center right, 3rd row.
Coach, James Technic into White Right Sun. What was it about Cutter Bowley coming in from Kentucky that made you go and want to bring him into Arizona State? Because I think he was in the transfer portal for only like 2 days before you guys signed him.
Yeah, so I recruited him to Oregon when I was there. And I just remember he was a really good athlete. People don't give him enough credit for his athleticism. He's a very good athlete, was a good basketball player. And then he had all the arm strength and all the ability of what he could do. And then when he went in the portal, watching his tape really fast, but I remembered who he was, and I remembered a lot about him from his visit out there to Oregon. So it was somebody that I knew I wanted to target from the beginning.
All right, final question, far left side in the back.
Hey, Kenny, Jake Garcia with 12 News in Phoenix. You've been very vocal about the importance of fundraising just to keep up with the college football arms race. Are you content with what's already been done? And do you feel like there's further room to grow in that area to allow ASU to keep up?
You just asked a coach if he's content, right? Obviously, the answer is no, right? We'll never be content, right? You're always striving to be better. You're always striving to push better, push for more, push for more. And the day that I stop trying to push for more, right, is the day that I'm complacent and content, and that's not what you want, right? You should always want more. You should always push for more. And I think that's just the nature of the world we're in today, but it's the nature of how sports have been forever, is you always want more, you push for more. I'll say the athletic department, the president, they've definitely gotten way more involved in terms of what they want this program to be. From my 4 years here, there's been unbelievable growth in who we are as an athletic department, as a university, their support for football, and we're building a new indoor facility that's going to be state of the art, one of the best indoor facilities in the country, and we're continuing to try to get better and better and better. But I'll never be satisfied. I'll always want more. I'll always push to want more. And I think anybody who wants to be the very best is going to want the same.
Coach, thank you for your time today, and good luck this season.
Thank you. Go Devils.